Welcome to the most profitable workshop video for patch 1.2.7. Please listen to this information. It is vital to people who don't understand every mechanic of the game and can cause issues that you will run into if you don't know about them. I haven't made a video since 1.1 for two reasons. First, shops have been terrible to try to calculate, but most importantly, the new way that Tailworld handles patches, there's only one beta branch that is accessible. So if I did a video, it would soon become obsolete once a new beta branch is available. It makes sense to release one video once it goes live, and then everyone will have access to that branch. For that reason, I only expect to make a workshop video once per branch, and that's when it goes live. And then you will not see another one for 3 to 9 months till the new branch goes live. Since the massive changes to the economy system in patch 1.8, it is virtually impossible to put a single price on a shop. And now with the new system where shops are somewhat randomized each game, while castle-bound villages can change hands, having the input go somewhere else, putting a shop in one town can yield great results for one game, while the next time you play, it could give you nothing. Since that has happened, I have changed the way that I have done shops, from telling you where to put a shop and how much it ranks. I now go ahead and test each shop on over a dozen different scenarios to figure out what shops are actually making the best overall profit. For example, on full release, wine press has skyrocketed from giving very little to being arguably the best shop in the game. This is what can happen each patch as they can alter by simple code changes. So therefore, you want to look at each patch for the patch that you are on to make sure that has been tested for that branch of the game. This video is meant to be paired with my how to pick a perfect workshop in 4 easy steps. That video will teach you how to pick the shop right away. Then once you know the 4 steps, you want this video or one, whatever corresponds to the patch that you're on, to find out which ones are performing best. Example again, you have a town and could put a wine press or olive press there. You would look at the list and see which one is performing better overall. To choose that one gives you the best chance at making the most profit. I have 2 videos on how to pick the perfect workshop since it changed somewhat in patch 1.2. They will be linked at the end and in the description. One is for patch 1.2.0 or later. The other one is for any branch before 1.2. So check those out and learn how to pick the perfect workshop. Workshops are so difficult to calculate, as I've said, as there are a dozen factors that can play a role in the profit, such as prosperity of a town, no input, too much output, other shops in that town or close by driving the price down. So, with all those factors, you will almost certainly see varying results each game you play. This is why I test over a dozen different scenarios to try and find the best overall shop as to how much profit they can make, but your results can vary greatly from one simple change in the game. In this video, I will put shops into 3 categories: good, which should make over 200 a day on average; okay, which should make 100 to 199 a day; and bad, those you should expect to make less than 100 a day. Following the steps in how do I pick a perfect workshop can increase these gains if done right. But for testing, I will not do that, as we want to know what they can make if we set and forget about them. With previous workshop videos, I will once again offer my advice for what I think are the best 5 shops in the game. But remember, they are just from testing, and one thing could throw them out of whack. So I hope this will help you, but always be wary for any shop you make. I will go through each shop and give a small explanation in the hopes that it will help you if you do decide to make that shop. In first place, we have a wine press. They were decent in virtually every scenario I ran, offering the best chance at making stable profit no matter the situation. The only issue is that grapes are mainly located in one area of the map, making it so that saturation of goods, which lowers the price, is highly likely. So check for competition in the area. Second, we have a velvet weavery. They performed well overall, and as long as you have some silk and output doesn't stock up fast, they did give the highest return, but were a tiny bit of a gamble to make. Third is a linen weavery. Like the wine press, they performed well in all situations I ran and were very stable. The only difference with the linen weavery compared to the wine press is they didn't give as much profit, but were very, very stable. Fourth is the tannery. They offered mixed results, but if they were placed near villages that could have hides, such as cattle, sheep, or hogs, then they can return decent profit if managed correctly. Fifth is a pottery shop. This can be a very big gamble. If under the right conditions, they can offer massive profit, but it needs to be the right conditions. Clay close by, buying the output, no disruption to input. If you got that, then the profit can be great. If anything is missing, you can go to zero really fast. Sixth is an olive press. Like a pottery shop, it needs to be done in the right place and it can make good money. But they need all those factors while also being mainly in the Valandian and northwest part of Aserai land that is hard to get a shop without competition close by, so watch out for that. Now to the bad. That's right. 5 of 11 shops, nearly half, are bad and should be avoided unless used for a specific reason. Seventh is a silversmith. Yes, I know the granddaddy of all shops for over a year has fallen to a bad shop. I still have no idea what has been done. I suspect the code is changed somehow, but all I can say in testing, they were bad in all situations unless perfectly micromanaged and babied constantly. Then and only then was I able to get some decent profit. I'm not sure if it's a bug in the code that you're about to hear from. 8 is a smithy. A couple I could get over 100, but in most all other situations, the return was little to none. I would avoid them unless you want to put one in a town, since it increases the chances of higher tier gear and weapons being produced in that town. Ninth is a brewery. They suffer from the same problem since 1.8 change happened. There is grain all over the map, which means breweries are most likely to be made in those towns when you start a game. That will flood the market in your town and area with beer, driving that price down. They also seem to have a very high production rate and can lower the price so fast that they make no profit and your brewery shuts down. I only use them in my town to get beer for my party for food variety, or else I avoid them. 10th is the wood workshop. They are almost exactly like a smithy, except they made even less profit. So you never want to use them unless you want to install one for the chance of better gear being produced. Last on the list is the wool weavery. They were considered one of the best and most stable for nearly 2 years. However, I noticed that they were making nothing. Thanks to my friend Hero, which has amazing videos as he can analyze the banner code, so check him out, link in the description. He was able to detect a potential problem while right now They will make you virtually nothing or constantly lose money. If fixed, they could once again go back and become a great shop again. You want to check the pinned comment, is if there is one and anything changes from a hotfix or any other problem in the code, I will update it in the pinned comment. So if something seems off in the video, then check the pinned comment, and if it still isn't resolved, then send me a message so I could try to figure out what exactly you are seeing. Now for my top 5 in the game. First is the Artesia wine press. Being in Artesia, they have the best chance of no other wine presses being nearby. And Artesia starts with a very good prosperity, which is a major factor in workshop profits. Those two together make it so that the Artesia wine press will give your best chance at making profit. Second is the Sinopa Velvet Weavery. If velvet can keep flowing, there is a great chance for return. They have silk close by and just need to make sure that that silk makes it there, and it can be one of the best in the game. Third is the Myzea Velvet Weavery. This one can be very tricky as there is a lot of silk that is around. However, if there aren't shops close in the area, it can be an absolute gold mine to make a lot of money. Fourth is the Poros Tannery. They have hides coming in and not a lot of competition close by. I also think that many caravans take the leather, so it doesn't require as much micromanagement to be effective. Fifth is the Pencanak Pottery Shop. Pottery is a decent shop to have. Pencanox has multiple villages close by, as long as you keep that supply safe and maybe a little micromanagement. The return is really good in the long run. Don't let anyone tell you differently. Shops are one of the most unpredictable things in Bannerlord. So do your homework on how to get the right workshop, know how to pick them, how to manage them, and you should be able to get decent profit from a workshop. Thank you for all the support that you have given me over these last 3 years. As always, my friends, take care and thanks for watching.